What's going on, everyone? Welcome inside. I'm Trayvon Miles, joined side along Jeff Harris and Jonah Restuccio.
And welcome into the Delmarva Sports Insider.
It's the only show giving you in-depth analysis to all local sports here on the shore.
That's exactly right, guys. You know, we got a lot to get through.
Yeah,
so
much on tonight's episode. Snow Hill taking the trip, looking for their first regional title in over 10 years. 2008. That's been a long time. Wait till you see this ending.
And the Sussex Central girls look to punch their ticket to the DIAA quarterfinals, visiting St. Thomas More in a semifinal matchup last night.
And the #1 team in Delaware, Cape Henlopen, made their tough playoff debut, but a Glasgow team wanted to spoil the party. Those highlights coming up.
That's exactly right. Of course, like I said, guys, we got a packed show to get to. We had a jam-packed week. You know, we've been in and out of this thing all week long. We'll start on Wednesday when a bunch of our local teams here in Maryland had a chance to punch their tickets to regional final games. First, Snow Hill visiting the Graveyard and top seed Crisfield. And this was a great game on Wednesday. Amir Fisher behind the arc to start it. He's going to nail the three for the Eagles. Moments later, this is not the same play. I promise
sure?
It's not a replay.
It's exactly
Fisher
the same.
connecting early, but Crisfield connecting from deep as well. Their shooter, Christian Crawford, with the right three-corner right there. Snow Hill up 4 at the half to the third. Justin Cohen going to put the Crabbers up 2 to head to the fourth. But fast forward to 18 seconds left in the game, tied at 53. Amir Fisher hits 2 free throws. You see him checking for the ice in his veins right there. Put the Eagles up 2. Crabbers one last chance. Rykel Waters shot falls short. Eagles trying to run the clock out. Just check out this hard foul right here. Big scuffle. With 1 second left in the game, fans ejected for running out on the court. Jay Ayers, after that foul, steps to the free throw line and knocks down 1, 2, 3, all 4 free throws to seal things up right there. And you see him right there. He's excited as ever. Snow Hill goes on to win 59-53. And of course, that would lead them to take on Patterson Mill on today.
And like Trey said, that would have been today, but we're going to skip ahead to Stephen Decatur, who is taking on Centennial this afternoon. Kevon Voiles just taking over in this one. Tajim Woodland outrunning the floor, and then Chesapeake playing Matt Kern. He's going to sneak ahead. And sorry about these technical difficulties. We're going to bring it to the Snow Hill game, and let's just get this rolling back to us at the desk. So let's get to the Snow Hill game.
Let's get to
without
the Snow
further
Hill
ado.
right
There we go, Snow Hill.
There they are, Snow Hill.
The highlights coming fresh in from outside of Baltimore earlier this afternoon. And early on, it was just all Snow Hill. They got out to a 5-0 lead. Here's the three from Zaire Johnson, and then in transition, Amir Fisher, an acrobatic move from him. Like I said, up 5. A huge fan base made the 2.5-hour trek, but Patterson Mill had home court advantage.
It's a nice move.
Max Elliott in transition with the finish. And then after the break, third quarter, it would belong to Snow Hill. They're down 1 at the halftime break, but after the third quarter, they were up 7. As you see, Jay Ayers with the putback, and then Amonte Allen, he called bank on that one. But the fourth quarter, it belonged to Patterson Mill. They would go on a 24-2 run in the fourth quarter. He doesn't even know how that one went in for Rashard Clowney. And then Elliott, once again, he's going to muscle up underneath and put that one home. As like I said, the Huskies 24-2 run to end the game, taking it 54-39 to take down Snow Hill. And what a disappointing end.
What did you see in that ending, man? 24-2 to end the game, man. After all the tweets we saw of you and saying, man, Snow Hill maybe really has a chance to win this thing, and just all came crashing down.
They were up 6, 37-31 after the third quarter. And I don't even think they scored until a minute left in the fourth quarter.
Good grief, man. That was rough.
It was really bad.
That
you know, their
home crowd maybe advantage start to kind of get
the
to
weird thing about it is Snow Hill had more fans.
Wow.
Snow Hill made the trek.
Wow.
In Patterson Mill, I don't think they expected to really be there. You know, they took down Kent County, they took down Colonel Richardson, and then they got to this point. But, you know, now they're going to College Park.
Wow.
And Snow Hill, of course, taking down Crisfield at Crisfield, which I'm
That's
sure we
even
all
harder.
agree is a very, very hard task to do. You called it the Graveyard. And for a reason. It's a tough place to win. But we saw some of the highlights. We're going to get to the game. Of course, Stephen Decatur and the Seahawks have been a force to be reckoned with come playoff time, guys. It's safe to say. And earlier this week, you could see why. To Berlin we go. Kevon Voiles, there he is, and Stephen Decatur hosting Chesapeake on Wednesday night, who knocked off James M. Bennett early in the first. Tajim Woodland outrunning the floor, and he'll barrel his way to the basket for 2. Chesapeake playing Decatur pretty tight in the first half. Matt Kern sneaks behind the defense for the layup. The game would be knotted at 24 at the half, but when Decatur needed it, their star was shining in the second half.
Kidding.
Boyles picks off the pass and drives in open space, getting the bucket to go. Then, who else? Boyles taking the pass from Mael Beja and finishing at the rim again. The up and under, nice move, putting Decatur up by 1, and the Seahawks never look back from there. Boyles puts the exclamation point on his
Twitter famous
loose ball.
Oh no!
Grabs it, throws down the posterizing jam, and yeah, he's fired up. He dropped 36 in this win. Decatur survives and advances by 16, 60 to 45.
So tonight, the regional championship game, Centennial taking a 3-hour trip to Berlin, and they did not read the scouting report from Wednesday. Kevon Boyles picking up where he left off. Decatur up 8-0 to start this game. Centennial would finally get their feet under them. Andrew Hammond knocking down a 3. Seahawks still up 12 at halftime. Second half, here come the Eagles screaming. Sean Pitt-Taylor driving the lane, nice dish inside to Hayden Ford for a nasty little throwdown. A little later, check out Taylor. He's going to get it on the wing. And check him out. He's going to knock down a 3. 16-2 run. Centennial battles all the way back, and they take a 2-point lead late in the third. But Decatur would just lean, and I mean lean, all the way on this guy. Who else? Look at some of the moves Boyles is putting on some of these guys. Floater in the lane, pull up from the free throw line, and then a stop and pop right there. The senior, listen to this, guys. 24 in the second half, 16 in the fourth quarter. He matched Centennial's output in the fourth. 38 total.
He's pretty good.
For another regional title for number 1. Third straight season, Decatur is cutting down the nets with a 60-51 win. Here was Boyles after tonight's performance.
They were tough. They came out the second half and they punched us in the mouth. We took the punch and we just reloaded. And Coach told us to come out, play how we play. Don't change up for nobody, and just play our game, and we came out victorious.
Well, guys, you saw what Hayden Frazier said, best player in the Bayside. And after you see a performance like that and see how some other guys have struggled in the playoffs, how could you doubt this guy? Is he not the best player in the Bayside?
36 against Chesapeake, and then 38 today against Centennial.
37 average in the playoffs.
Wow. Talk about impressive.
It's not laughable, but it's almost laughable because when you watch some of the highlights, you're like, why aren't you guarding him? Or is he just that good?
Exactly.
I'll tell you, in the fourth quarter, it totally looked like the Kevon Boyles show. Like I said, I didn't even see this until I got into the office. 16 points for Boyles, 16 points for Centennial in the fourth quarter. How ridiculous is that?
It's insane. So that leaves us with the 2A. Y-High in North Carolina. Indians looking to stay undefeated, and the Bulldogs trying to get the upset. Winner moves on to take on Hartford Tech in the regional finals. Now, if you couldn't get a seat in the Waller Dome, you missed a slugfest. David Bailey Jr. with the 3. Plenty more highlights would come from number 2. Y-High would have the answer off the miss. Jaden Baker.
Check out this pass.
Zipping a no-look pass to Devontae Dixon underneath. 27 points for the senior. But unlike any other night, turnovers would haunt the Tribe. Tynes Warner reads that one like a book and finishes with the lay-in. North Carolina goes into the locker room up 3. Second half, Y-High, though, they would respond. Baker knocks down the 3 to put them up 4 with 2 minutes to go in the third. But every time Y-High punched, Caroline ate it and came right back. Bailey beats the third quarter buzzer, puts the Dogs up 3. Y-High would build another run, but Bailey, a 4-point play from the corner. 31 points for him on the night, and time running out in the fourth. Dixon loses that. Warner, other way. Finger roll is good. North Carolina, they saw and slayed the Giant. The Bulldogs knock off undefeated Y-High, 78-66 to keep on dancing.
Wow. And guys, so we just saw North Carolina. They advanced. So the Maryland boys 2A East Regional Final taking place right now. North Carolina currently leading Hartford Tech 64-37 heading into the fourth quarter. So 24 points for Joey Adams just going into halftime. We have to update how many points he has. I'm assuming more than 24
he's gonna
at this
end
point.
Up with 30.
But they're looking for their first regional title since 1989.
1989. It's almost 30 years, guys. And it looks like they're on their way to that. That Y-High win obviously propelled them a little bit higher than even what they saw themselves doing.
That's right. And we have to take our first break. So much basketball happening. But, of course, when we come back, we're going from Maryland to Delaware as the boys, they continued state tournament play all week long. You don't want to miss it.
I am Kevon Boyles from Stephen Decatur High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.